It was a glitzy tech summit in Los Angeles, packed with celebrities, inventors, and influencers. Everyone was buzzing about the AI breakthroughs and Mars missions, but no one expected the drama that would unfold when Elon Musk took the stage and made a surprise joke aimed straight at Keanu Reeves. Elon, dressed in his usual casual flair, began with some light banter, as the audience laughed at his jabs at space travel and electric trucks. He suddenly turned his attention to Hollywood. With a sly grin, he said, "And then there's Keanu, a broken bar, the only man who's still acting like it's 1999. The crowd gave a mixed reaction. Some laughed, others cringed. Keanu Reeves, sitting quietly in the front row, raised an eyebrow but didn't say a word. The camera zoomed in, broadcasting his calm expression to the world watching online. Elon wasn't done. "I mean, come on, who still says a word like it's profound?" Laughter echoed, but it felt uneasy. Musk was clearly pushing for humor, but something was off. Keanu, known for his humility and kindness, remained still, offering no response. Elon pressed on, "If John Wick was real, he'd need a Tesla to catch up with me." This line drew louder laughs, but some people were growing uncomfortable. Keanu finally stood up. The crowd hushed. All eyes were locked on him as he walked slowly to the stage. Elon looked surprised but extended a hand. Keanu took the mic instead. "Elon," he began softly, "you're a genius, no doubt. But roasting someone isn't about belittling, it's about wit, timing, and most of all respect." The room froze. Keanu's tone wasn't angry, it was thoughtful. "I've seen more lives saved by your work than most actors see fans. But I've also seen how a single joke, told wrong, can dim a light." Elon shifted slightly, a flicker of awareness in his expression. Keanu wasn't mocking him, he was guiding him. "You want to roast me?" Keanu said with a slight smile. "Then bring your best, because I've got stories, heart, and a past filled with shadows and light. But don't reduce me to a I'm more than that." "We all are." The audience erupted in cheers, not for confrontation, but for the wisdom in his words. Even Elon clapped. The tech mogul walked up to Keanu and took the mic again. "You're right," he admitted. "That wasn't cool. I was trying to be funny, but I missed the mark." The humility in his voice caught people off guard. Elon Musk doesn't usually back down, but this time, he leaned in. He continued, "I guess I thought poking fun was harmless, but you've reminded me words matter. So, Keanu, if you're still up for it, let's do a real roast, but with mutual respect. Maybe even raise money for charity while we're at it." The crowd roared with excitement. Keanu nodded slowly. "I'm in, but only if it's for a cause. Let's make this something positive." Just like that, a moment that could have spiraled into celebrity drama became a beacon of humility and collaboration. Within minutes, hashtags like #roast4a-cause and #Keanu vs Elon were trending worldwide. The summit's organizers quickly rearranged the schedule. Later that evening, a stage was set up for what was now being called the kind roast. Instead of insults, both men traded light-hearted jabs mixed with admiration. Elon joked, "Keanu's been in more dimensions than my rockets." Keanu responded, "And Elon's dreams are so big, even my Matrix couldn't simulate them." The two continued exchanging lines, each one drawing laughter, not from cruelty, but from creativity. The energy in the room was electric, not from tech, but from something deeper, a mutual respect. As the night wore on, viewers across the globe watched as donations poured in. The event raised millions for mental health charities and education initiatives. Keanu even shared a story about how technology helped save a child he once met on a film set, drawing tears from the audience. Elon opened up about his struggles with Asperger's and how humor helped him cope in a world that didn't always understand him. The roast had transformed into something greater, a moment of personal revelation, shared across continents. uniting people in unexpected ways. News outlets scrambled to cover the story. Elon Musk humbled by Keanu Reeves was trending, yet both the men avoided the limelight after. No press conferences, no interviews, just a joint statement. Sometimes a spark of tension leads to a fire of connection. Social media exploded. Memes flooded the internet, some funny, some heartfelt. Fan art of Elon and Keanu as superheroes went viral. Even rival tech CEOs and Hollywood stars applauded the event. Ryan Reynolds tweeted, "Now that's how you roast with class." But what stuck with everyone most wasn't the joke as it was Keanu's grace under pressure, his ability to stand firm without hostility, and Elon's rare moment of genuine humility. It was a masterclass in modern-day discourse. Millions began rethinking how we treat public figures and one another. Soon after, schools began using clips from the roast to teach media literacy and empathy. "This is how we handle criticism," one teacher said, "with openness, not ego." Elon donated a portion of Tesla's ad revenue from the broadcast to education reform programs. Keanu launched a foundation using his cut of the proceeds to fund scholarships for underprivileged youth. The roast that started with tension had become a catalyst for change, and it all began with one unexpected moment on a brightly lit stage in Los Angeles. A year later, the kind roast became an annual event, attracting the brightest minds and biggest hearts. Each year, two unexpected icons face off, and not with venom, but with vision. Always for a cause, always pushing boundaries of humor, kindness, and awareness. Keanu and Elon co-hosted the next one, this time roasting themselves. Keanu quipped, "I may be timeless in movies, but my knees sure aren't." Elon added, "And I may dream of Mars, but I still can't program my coffee machine." The audience howled. Their friendship grew. They even collaborated on a sci-fi short film promoting ethical lie. Keanu narrated. Elon designed the storyline. It premiered online and crashed servers worldwide. Fans dubbed it the future's duo, two men from very different worlds, shaping a new one together. When asked about that first roast in a rare interview, Keanu said, "I didn't plan to stand up, but something told me this was a moment, not to confront, but to connect." Elon added, "It was probably the best lesson I've learned in public. Don't underestimate kindness." Or Keanu, "Even Hollywood couldn't script it better." What began as a roast turned into redemption, not through takedowns, but through understanding. Two icons, once seen as opposites, became examples of how to disagree with dignity and turn tension into transformation. The original video remains one of the most watched clips of all time, not for the drama, but for the resolution. A single glance between Elon and Keanu now carries a legacy of what's possible when ego steps aside. They taught us that power isn't in the punchline, it's in the pause before it. And perhaps the biggest surprise of all, the public didn't walk away entertained, they walked away inspired. Because it wasn't about who won the roast, it was about how they both won our respect. In a world craving conflict, they offered connection. People still talk about it, still rewatch it, still share it, not because of the insult but because of the integrity. Because when Elon tried to roast Keanu, he didn't expect wisdom to answer, but wisdom did, and the world listened. And just like that, a joke that could have divided became a bridge. A moment that could have fallen flat, instead rose higher. And while the internet thrives on drama, this time, kindness won. Keanu and Elon didn't just change the room, they changed the narrative. From two icons came one message: even in disagreement, we can build something meaningful. That message echoed beyond stages and screens. It became a movement, a legacy, a reminder that sometimes, the most shocking thing a broken bar is compassion.